Let's call this regular monthly meeting of the St. Bernard Parish School Board to order, please.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for all of the dedicated and driven people with whom you continue to bless our school district. We recognize that each employee, each student, and each supportive parent is a blessing, Father, and we are grateful to join together in a united effort to bring to this community a school district of excellence. We ask a special blessing upon the two that we honor tonight, as each represents the best of the best in our students and teachers. We are grateful for their having passed our way. These things we pray in your name.
Dr. Lewis.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Superintendent Boche, would you call the roll, please?
Mrs. Acevedo?
Here.
Mr. Campbell?
Here.
Mrs. Tapata?
Here.
Mr. Regan?
Here.
Mr. England?
Here.
Mrs. Dysart is ill this evening. Dr. Kraft?
Here.
Dr. Lewis?
Here.
Mr. Long?
Here.
Mr. Nikosha?
Here.
And Mr. Warner?
Here.
We have the press with us tonight, Miss Jessica Griffin with the Post and Mr. Chad West with the Voice. Welcome to be with us tonight. Do we have anything on community concerns? Oh, okay, no one signed up. So we'll move the agenda to item 5. Is the recognition of Mr. Justin Burkhart as Middle School Teacher of the Year for the state of Louisiana. And we will present a resolution to him after we finish. We'll ask Mr. Burkhart to come up and receive this and also go around the horseshoe, and each board member will congratulate you on your achievements. Whereas Louisiana Revised Statute 17432 requires school districts in the state to annually recognize outstanding teachers at the elementary, middle, and high school levels who are deemed worthy to represent publicly the hard work and dedication of all classroom teachers statewide, and whereas teachers selected by their schools as outstanding teachers are asked to participate in a rigorous interview, observation, and evaluation process to determine both regional and state representatives of the statewide teaching corps, and whereas Justin Burkhart, a social studies teacher from Andrew Jackson Middle School, was selected to represent his peers at Andrew Jackson and also those throughout the state's Region 6 school districts as their nominee for state recognition as an outstanding middle school. And whereas Justin Burkhart, after additional question, was recognized by the state as the outstanding middle school teacher of the year for 2014, be it therefore resolved that the St. Bernard Parish School Board commends Justin Burkhart of Andrew Jackson Middle School for his selection as Louisiana's outstanding middle school teacher of the year, and be it further resolved that the St. Bernard Parish School Board further commends Justin Burkhart for his unique and extraordinary representation of teachers throughout our district and for his commitment and dedication in the classroom. Mr. Burkhart. Thank you.
Justin, why don't you come up for a minute? You know, I don't know, this is really one of those very rare evenings where we get to recognize one of our finest teachers, and I think the rest of the state has also recognized the great teachers that we have here in St. Bernard Parish. And I don't know if anybody realized what a rigorous process this is, because as Justin went through a local selection process, and some of you on the board were on that committee to select from our school district, then he had to participate in regional and statewide competitions that included videotaping his class activities, He had actual observers come down to see how he was doing in the classroom. He went through rigorous interview processes. So this is not something that was very lightly, an honor very lightly bestowed upon him. And Justin has been really a driving force behind the success that we've had at Andrew Jackson Middle School. It's been a great faculty coming together with good leadership at the school. Mrs. Dysart, when she called me earlier this evening because she is ill, she wanted to make sure that we offered you her congratulations. She said she has known you a good part of your life.
Since I was a little kid.
Since he was a little boy. So with that, we're truly honored, Justin, to have you with us, and we couldn't have a finer representative. And of all the middle school teachers in the state of Louisiana, then he's #1. So, I mean, that's very impressive and great for our school district, and a wonderful representative of all the wonderful teachers that we have here. So we want to offer our congratulations and thanks to you.
Thank you guys, because it's
Thank
what you
you.
do first that produces us. So with the support, and that's how we grow, and that's how I got to this point. So if it wasn't for the district providing the professional development, it wouldn't have turned me into the teacher I am today. And I'm thankful, and I really appreciate it. So thank y'all guys.
And why don't you tell them where you were today and some of the things that hopefully you're going to be doing in the state that's going to help further the...
Today I was, actually by the state, I was appointed to an advisory board for teacher effectiveness. We had a meeting today with a bunch of state officials from the Department of Education about how our college is preparing teachers, or are they preparing teachers to actually step into that classroom day one and be effective. And we brought up some good points today. One thing is we have trouble finding teachers today. It's a big problem we're having across Louisiana and across the United States. One thing we brought up was pay. The other thing we brought up was student teachers. To be put into a classroom with very little experience and then to be expected to teach at a high level, you're asking somebody to do something they don't have a lot of experience in. So we brought up the fact that maybe they should actually be put in front of a classroom as a freshman in college rather than as that last part, that last step into stepping into that classroom by themselves. So it was a good discussion, and we'll find out if it's going to produce some solutions to these problems instead of just talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody else want to...
Thank you, Mr.
Okay.
Burkhart.
Thank you.
You went through a very rigorous process, and you came out making the top grade, so congratulations. We're proud of you.
Thank
And
you.
You make the district look good with this achievement. Any other board members have anything to say? Hear none. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 6 is recognition of Connor Lambert as a National Merit Semifinalist. We all celebrate when our students do good, and we have Mr. Wayne Warner, the principal of Chalmette High School. Ms. Carol Munt is with him, the vice principal, and Connor's parents, Mr. and Mrs. Lambert. I know you're certainly proud of him, so we have a proclamation for Connor. I'll read it and then ask him to come up and let each board member congratulate him around the horseshoe. Whereas the preliminary scholastic aptitude test, National Merit Scholarship Quality Test, is a rigorous assessment of a high school student's critical reading skills, mathematics, computational, and reasoning skills, and critical writing skills, and whereas each fall of the National Merit Scholarship Program identifies through the results of the PSAT and the NMSQT the top 1% of scores nationwide among the 1.5 million high school juniors who took the assessment, and whereas Connor Lambert, a senior at Chalmette High School, has distinguished himself among his peers locally, at the state level, and nationally by achieving academically the status of National Merit Semifinalist, and whereas such an achievement by Connor speaks to his dedication as a student, to his parents' emphasis on the importance of education, and to the rigor, coursework, and demands for academic excellence that are standards at Chalmette High School, now therefore be further resolved that the St. Bernard Parish School Board commends Connor Lambert for his hard work and dedication to academics and for his outstanding representation of Chalmette High School and his college preparatory program, and be it further resolved that the St. Bernard Parish School Board commends Mr. and Mrs. Lambert for their ongoing support of our educational programs and for the encouragement of their son's course of study in preparation for college. Connor, come on up.
Henry.
Congratulations, Connor. Ms. Superintendent Voce.
Yeah, why don't you stay up there for a minute, Connor? I'm not sure if people really realize the significance of this honor. Tens of thousands of juniors throughout the country every year take a National Merit Qualifying Test. And these, most of your private school students are heavily into that, and of course at Chalmette High School and in all of our schools, we support this particular effort, and our students usually score extremely well in comparison. But fewer than 1%, it used to be 1/2 of 1% of those students throughout the country achieve this designation. So this is not something that is easy to attain. You're talking less. When they take it in their junior year, it takes them a full year and they're not notified until September of their senior year. Less than 1% of the students in this state are recognized with this particular honor, and it is purely and solely academics. And the scoring on this particular exam, where he competes nationally with everyone, and I see Tanya and Bobby out there just beaming with pride as parents. And I think when you look at Connor as a young man here with us, and I'd like Mr. Warner maybe to come up if he wants to comment a little bit about also how well-rounded a student he is. And I don't know if you saw him limping, but he's also the running back on our football team who was injured Friday night, and hopefully will be recuperating really well. So it's sort of like the whole package: academics, athletics,
Exactly, Ms.
school
Wojcik.
improvement. Why don't you talk
He
a
is
little
the
bit
whole
about
package.
Connor?
This is a young man who excels not only academically, but he also excels athletically. And even more important than that, he's a good person. So he's got the whole package, as you said, and I think that's a great way to put it. Connor is truly a wonderful representative of St. Bernard Parish and all the teachers who have taught him from the time he first started school to his senior year. So we need to really appreciate someone like him. We have many students who are great students, and Connor's one of them.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr.
And
Warner.
in this particular endeavor, he's a National Merit semifinalist. He is going to have to move on and take the SATs as well for validation of his score and progress on in this competition and hopefully be named an actual finalist sometime in the spring. So it's not quite over, but to achieve this, and again, less than 1%, and this is competing with all students nationally, is an extremely high honor, and we are proud that you're a student here at Chalmette High School and in St. Bernard Parish, Connor. And I hope you I know you're going to take that seriously, because as you lead other students and you're a role model for other students, that you take that role seriously and talk with maybe some of our younger people that you can influence into how important academics is, as well as if they're playing ball or in different types of activities. So with this honor comes a huge responsibility as well. And son, I know you're up to it, so is there anything you would like to say?
A man, a few words. Connor, we'd have won that game if you wouldn't have been taken out with that injury. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah.
But anyway, so
Ms. Bunch, you have anything to say?
did he make your all-cute team too, Ms. Monk?
He's definitely on the all-cute team. I would like to to say that, you know, when Connor got to Sherman High School, his mom and dad are such wonderful people, and his dad had told me Connor tests well, and he's proven that with every test he's ever taken in terms of standardized tests. So we are really quite proud of him and very happy for him and his family who've been supportive all these years for him. And he is the whole package. He is really cute, you know. And he's sweet, and he's nice, and he behaves in the cafeteria. He does all those things.
Well, that's
Yeah, well,
important.
that's good.
The cafeteria.
Great kid. He really is a great one.
He eats his food and doesn't throw it. That's good.
Cafeteria.
That's where it's going. Uh-huh.
All right, Connor, we're certainly proud of you. Onward and upward, my man, in all your endeavors, and we wish you the best.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any
Thank
school
you.
board? On item 7, your motion to incorporate the report of the September General Committee meeting into the minutes of the September regular monthly meeting. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
So, Mr. Long, Mr. Fada, any questions? Hearing none, vote your machines.
Motion passes 10-0.
Agenda item 8, two parts. Motion to approve the following minutes. Regular monthly meetings from June the 24th, 2014 is published in September 19th, 2014. Do I hear a motion? Motion by Dr. Lewis, second by Ms. Aceveda. Any questions, any comments? Hearing none, vote your machines.
Motion passes 10-0.
Regular monthly meeting minutes from July the 22nd, 2014 is published on September the 19th, 2014. Okay, we have a motion, second. Mr. Egan. Okay, vote your machines.
Motion passes 10-0.
Item 10A, motion to approve the administration's recommendation.
Item 9.
9? Oh, yeah, that's right at the bottom. Almost skipped you there.
It's sort of.
Yeah, it was
heading
about,
out the door.
it's about to run off the page there, Mr. Granberry.
I was ready to go after you
Yeah.
got to number 10.
Okay. You have in your folder the personnel changes there. It's labeled number 9, right?
Number 9.
He always is very considered, make sure he gives us a number label on it. The ones highlighted are the ones that you've...
Since the
Since the
last
last
2 weeks.
committee meeting, okay?
Yes, sir.
So take a moment to peruse this, and then if you have any questions of Mr. Granberry, you may do so at this time. We will have no action on this, we just review this and receive it. Okay, Ms. Levada?
Thank you, Dr. Kraft. Mr. Granberry, underneath the teacher appointments, Mr. Cantabat, is that?
Yes,
the name?
Canterbury.
The Andrew Jackson Middle School, that is our new math teacher?
My new math teacher.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what I wanted to check on because I had a discussion with the
He's
parent.
starting Monday. His job he was in, he had to give 2 weeks' notice, so we had
So he'll be in class on
he
Monday.
will be in class on Monday.
All right, thank you.
Any other questions of Mr. Granberry? Hear none, thank you, Mr. Granberry. Now we'll take item 10A first, before we move on to B. There was a recommendation by the committee, a motion to approve the administration's recommendation to award general liability, auto, and legal liability insurance to the Louisiana Risk Management Agency at a cost of $223,203 minus a 10% equity refund for a total of $200,902. Okay, do I have a motion? Motion by Ms. Aceveda. Second by Mr. Warner. Any questions of Mr. Harleton? He's waiting patiently to give you an encyclopedia full of information. But he covered it well. He and Mr. Clement had the committee meeting, but if you have additional questions, you feel free to ask them at this time. Hearing none, let's vote your machines. Do we have a motion?
Motion passes 10-0.
Okay. 10B, motion to authorize the superintendent to sign the required Louisiana uninsured motorist form. There's a recommendation by the committee, motion by Mr. Long. We have a second, Mr. Campbell. Any questions about uninsured motorists? Hear none, vote your machines.
Motion passes 10-0.
Moving to item 11, and this was recommended by the committee also. Motion to approve the administration's request to advertise for bids for spices, seasonings, Class 2, cereal, dried beans and crackers, Class 3, frozen foods, Class 5, meat and meat products, Class 6, poultry and eggs, Class 7, seafood products, Class 8, and canned goods, Class 9. Do I have a motion? Mr. Warner. Second by Mr. England. Any questions? Okay, hearing none, vote your machines.
Motion passes 10-0.
Motion to approve the lowest bid on item 12 on the bus bid tabulation for the purchase of 2 new special education buses, and there was a recommendation by the committee. Dr. Lewis moved, second by Mr. Nicosia. Any questions relative to the buses? We have Dr. Gonzalez around. If you have any additional questions than you had asked at the committee meeting, you may do so at this time. If you're none, vote your machines.
Motion passes 10-0.
All right, you can place items on the agenda now, or you can do it later before the next meeting. Superintendent's recommendations.
Well, really nothing additional than we've already discussed this evening. It's just a really nice night to be able to honor outstanding teachers and students. And we have so many wonderful teachers and students within our school system, but these are some of the very best. So again, just a good night tonight.
How's the enrollment? We still around 7,500?
Right, close
Okay.
to it.
Okay, that's great. We're growing by leaps and bounds. We were 8,800. We're getting close to that. 1,100 more. You have
before about a moment of silence.
yes, yes. We have
school
that.
board member
Yeah,
from St.
one.
Tammany.
We have District 1 representatives. Mr. Ray Alford served with me as a representative from this on the Louisiana School Boards Association. He and I had an in-depth conversation at our last meeting, and then I was shocked when I found out that he had passed away. Mr. Alford had been serving as school board member since 1991, and when he passed away with a heart attack, he was 60 years old. He had retired from NASA on the coast. So let's have a moment of silent meditation for him at this time. Thank you, and we offer our condolences and sympathies to the family of Mr. Alfred in that loss. He will be missed by a lot of individuals. We have Dr. Lewis has an announcement to make, so we'll recognize him at this time. Dr. Lewis.
Thank you, Dr. Kraft. Just a quick announcement. The Blues in the Parish will take place on Saturday, October the 4th from 11 to 6 in Dockville. And also the following weekend, which is going to be Saturday, October 11th, the Chalmette High Jazz Band will be performing, so we just would like the public to know. And this is sponsored by the Community Center of St. Bernard, the Mural Foundation, the St. Bernard Parish Office of Tourism, and the New Orleans Blues Society and Voodoo Blues Cruise. And so, once again, the Blues in the Parish will take place on Saturday, October the 4th and Saturday, October 11th.
Thank you, Dr. Lewis. Try to
Thank
make
you.
that if you can. It'll be an enjoyable occasion. If you add to the blues, you can grab up some. All right. Mr. Campbell, I recognize you.
I move we adjourn.
Ms. Acevedo, you second. All right. All in favor of adjourning, say aye. Any opposed, nay. We stand adjourned. Have a great night.